today, right here, but Mark and I are noticing a couple things are a little different. One, my image is way smaller than it normally is, but there's the mic. That looks cool. And then I was trying to get a different webcam working, and maybe I need to stop. I'm going to stop the webcam for just a second. Turn it back on, see if it sees the other one. No, it's not seeing it yet. When I click on different webcams, it doesn't give me the option. Let's go to preferences. Here we go. Here's maybe where I do it. HD Pro webcam. Let's try that. There it is. Cool. Got the other one. There it is. I'm going to move this over a little. This is a better webcam, but I got to get the tripod working. It stays up. We're going high tech here. Let's see if we get this turned on. There we go. I used this before. I was able to get it underneath the chair, underneath my. I like that view. That's better than my other one, but it's not staying here. Let's see if I can get it to stay there. I have to mess with this for next week. But now I'm looking right at my big screen, which is where I have everything that I might want to show on my screen. So that's cool. I will keep looking into the webcam, move my computer over just a little bit. All right, there we go. Wait a minute, now back to my other webcam. Why did it do that? Preferences. Okay, I must have to save this somewhere. Let's go ahead. If you started recording, you already did. Let's go ahead and formally get started. It is right on time. Hey, everybody. We got Wayne and Mark here, and we are at the weekly EAT podcast. And we call it right now, Talk with Dr. Wayne, Dr. Economics. And I'm sure glad to have you all out there. And most of you will watch this on replay. There are at least some of you out there live, and we're glad to have you. And we're going to have some fun today. I'm not sure whether either Russ or Bob is going to be able to be here. I actually know that Bob's not. He has something else going on today. Last week, I didn't make it because I had some internet problems. We had a windstorm and just wasn't able to get on. Just quickly, we usually wait for this, but I'm going to talk about it now and I'll mention it again later. We have another webinar tomorrow in terms of a replay, and it's one that we really haven't done for a while, although maybe we did Alexis last week. We stopped doing ones with Mark and Mark Shepard. Mark, do you remember, did we do Alexis last week, or did we have another one for Mark last week? Okay. Yeah, everybody, we got to tell you a little sad thing. Mark lost his uncle last Friday, so it was right, so during the time that would have been normally for him to be on the webinar, and he'd been sick, and frankly, it's never good to lose a friend or a relative, but this was probably something that was more expected, and maybe it helped him, stop some suffering. I'm going to see if this webcam stays the same. And I've actually, if I close this, let's see if that works. Did it stay on the same webcam, Mark, or did it switch? Darn it! I don't know why it's doing that. Let me try one more time. I'm trying a different approach. By the way, it's very likely that by next week, we're going to start using a new feature of Kajabi's, which is our platform, as you guys all know. And on that feature, we can actually do our webinars live right inside of Kajabi, which means you won't have to go through the process of registering for GoToWebinar, and you'll be able to watch it directly there. That's exciting. But now, why is the webinar? I'm going to go back to preferences, click on preferences, HP, it did switch back to this one. Yeah, this is just such a better webcam, but it seems to go away when I click and get out of the preferences, and I'm not sure why. You have any idea what I can do different here? When I click so I can see the whole screen, which I guess I don't need to anyway. Are we sharing the screen? So right now, are you seeing me and the screen? Well, because whatever my preferences page is it covers up the vast majority of the screen. So that's why I wanted to get rid of it. But when I get rid of it, it moves back to the other webcam. The other webcam's all right, but it's just the one on my computer. And I think I've shown you guys this, but I actually use a monitor that's right back behind here. So I'm pointing at it over here. And that's where I put everything. And I could move. There goes my mic. By the way, I love this mic. I'm going to see if I'm going to change the gain on it a little bit. I had it maxed. This is something, we're going to talk a little bit today about being economic and making great buys. This is a mic that can either be very directional or it can be taking sound from a whole area. The place that I got it, which is a little local computer store that I've been going to for the whole time I've lived here, which is 16 years. So notice that my volume might have gone down a little, is because I moved this a little, because right now it's directional coming right to me. And for years, I used a different one. I'll show it to you. It's right behind me, so I'll grab it here. Getting my webcam set up straight here real quick. Come on. It is this one, which is actually a nicer mic. I'm going to grab it just a second. It's right back here. And Mark's going to remember this one. This one's pretty fancy, and it just out of nowhere stopped working. So here it is. Notice how much bigger it is than this one. Yeah, and it just out of nowhere stopped working. So I'm not able to use it anymore. This is called a Blue. Blue, B-L-U-E. And they're awesome. And this is probably a couple $100 mic, maybe. This was $34, this new one. And it can be used both very directionally, and it can be used broadly across the room, depending on how you set it up. I want to show you something else. I think all of you know, or those of you who are regulars know, that I love auctions. And I think auctions is a great way to buy things. And I'm going to show you some things that I bought at an auction recently. But first, I'm going to have Mark share. I'm going to take away the screen. I think I can do it. I don't think I have to have him do it. Sharing, I can take the screen. I'm going to show my screen. He does have to give it to me. So now I can go that monitor. That's the one I want. All right, so you should actually see the webinars there, but I'm going to switch to a different tab. Right here and go to Pacific Auction. So Pacific Auction is an auction that is here in my local area. And there are auctions everywhere in the world. And I'm only taking you to the site for this one because it's the one that I've been going to most frequently recently. This camera is just not staying straight. I'm going to get this back up. There we go. And it's because I don't have the tripod fully extended. There we go. But notice that it's telling it's the home page is this. So this is an auction that is Saturday, the 15th. We're going to look at that one. And it's an equipment auction and an estate. So it is the family is called the Yocums, and they're very well-known business people here in our local area. Carol was the one who just recently died, and that's why all of this stuff is now for sale. Harvey is the guy who's really well-known. Harvey was originally from Texas, and then he moved to Oklahoma, and then eventually to Colorado. And he was a huge supporter of charities here in Colorado. He made his money with a railroad that is here, which is called the Northern Railroad. So this is the first page of this website for this auction. Notice there are, if I look at 25 items on a page, there are 13 pages. I'm going to actually go to 100 items, and we'll be looking at a lot fewer pages. And just quickly, just show you the kinds of stuff that are in it. But then I'm going to show you what I'm bidding on already. So the bidding started for this a couple weeks ago, and it will be a combination of an online auction, which is what most auctions are now, especially since the pandemic. Most auctions that are out there, no matter where you are in the world, are going to be online. But some of them are also still live. So that's what this describes here. And up here at the top, information says, appointments for pickups are mandatory. So it says, don't just show up. All sales are final. There'll be no refunds or exchanges. That's typical of an auction. You can pick things up on auction day or the following day or on Monday. And then there's special terms and conditions at the closing tab at the top of the catalog. So let me go to that here, just because I want to show you. Because this one of the things I'm bidding on that I'll show you is a very large item, and it's going to be more expensive than the way I would normally buy things, which is just using a credit card. I've got to sign in here, so I'm going to do that first. By the way, notice you don't see my password. We use something called LastPass. We're huge advocates of that. It's incredibly secure. When I say we, our staff here at EAT, Mark has it, Arib has it, all of our people do. And it's a way where you can have your passwords and you don't have to memorize them. I don't know, I've probably got hundreds on mine. How many do you have on yours, Mark? How many do you think you've got on yours? Okay, so we'll scroll here a little. I was just trying to look because I am going to try to buy a big item that would be way too expensive to put on a credit card. And I have to figure out before this occurs how I would pay for this. because it's a backhoe. I'm going to get to it here in a minute. But here's something I'm betting on. Right now I'm losing. So I actually want to win this. $75 is not that high of a price. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go in here and say that I would actually go up to 100 for this. And I'm going to go ahead and place that bid, and then it's going to ask me to confirm it right here. And it's not going to go to 100. It actually did, because somebody outbid me at 110. So that person had already also put in a maximum bid. What I entered there was a maximum bid of 100, and somebody else already is bidding over 110. Here's where you've got to use common sense in auctions and not get lured by kind of the excitement of the auction. And in a live auction, it's really easy to get lured because it's all going on right there in front of you. There's an auctioneer that's going, all right, for this hardware bin, this hardware bin for the fasteners, I got to bid right now. I got to bid at $50. Who's going to give me 55? Give me 55. Give me 55. All right. I got 55 now, going to give me 60. Who's going to give me now? Who's going to give me now? Give me now 60. Now 60 now, 60 now. Oh, cool. We got somebody at 110. Who's that man back there in the back that's at 110? Don't let this thing go now. 120, we're going to give me 120, going to give me 120, 120, 120, 120. All right, now, come on now. Let's give me 120. Hey, listen, this is a hardware organizer. It's got a bin with fasteners in it. This is not just your average kind of thing. Come on, somebody's got to bid 120 here. We got 110, 110, 110, 110, 120. You know what? This is going to go. You better go. You better bid now. All right, we got 110, 110, 110, 110, 110, 110. 110 going once, 110 going twice. We sold it for $110. All right, let's move on to the next item now. The next item we have is a Husqvarna chainsaw. We're going to open up the bidding on this one. So anyway, you get excited. And it would be real simple to go back to that hardware organizer and bid 120. I don't think it's worth that. Frankly, I was even a little worried going 100. So I'm letting that go. I'm not going to worry about it. These stock tanks here, that's actually not a bad buy. At 50, let me look at them. So online, this is live too. So I'm actually going to go out and preview this auction tomorrow so that I can see what this stuff is and live. 4 galvanized stock tanks. They're dented. There's some rusty. Oh, they're metal. The metal stock tanks suck. We always buy plastic. I thought they were plastic, so forget it. I'm not going to bid on that. So we'll move off of that and on to the next item. And then I was actually a little interested in this power pressure washer. That's way too much money. It's $140. This Ranger, $7,000, way too high. I've got an 07 Polaris Ranger, and I'd love it if somebody paid me about $7,000 for it. I mean, that's, again, I don't want to buy it. It just shows you how, sometimes auctions can be high. Sometimes they're just ridiculously great. You get great buys. I don't need a chainsaw. 300 to me seems like a pretty high price for a used chainsaw. Here's another Ranger, an 09. This one's just a little bit higher than the other one. This one's 2 years younger, so this is still a better buy. I don't need one of those, so I'm not going to bid on it. I think I might be the high. Yeah, here's one. Notice over here it says U. So this small parts organizer, they're just little. That other one was a large part organizer. This one's small. And I could put it on a shelf in my shop. And it's not that small. See all the nice little containers to put things in. It's even got some stuff in them, so it's not empty. Look at all these are electrical connectors. Anybody that has it, ask questions as we move along here too. Mark, you'd be looking for questions. Look at the little parts there. Those are staples. I mean, every one of these looks like it has parts in it. And right now, $1.75, that's a crazy low bid. Now, here's the other thing that'll happen with auctions. There's no way I'll get this for $1.75. And I don't even know what I've set as a maximum. I'm going to go ahead and set it now so I don't end up getting screwed by it. It's going to be at least 10, and I actually think I'd bid as much as 20 on this, maybe 25. So I'm going to put that in, and that's not going to raise my bid. Notice that, well, I guess it did raise it by, or was I already? I was already at $1.75. So it won't take the bid up to 20. It just means that I don't have to worry about bidding on this. If other people start to bid on it, then my bid keeps going up. At 2 minutes left, when this says 2 minutes, it starts to go into a place where it's kind of your last chance to bid. And that's when a lot of the bidding occurs, between 2 minutes and 1 minute. And I get an email that'll tell me that you've been outbid. So if I go into my emails, I'm not going to go to it here now, but it would say that I've been outbid. Actually, maybe I will, because I think I was already outbid on that one thing. And it'll be here. Let's look at this. It's going to be proxy bid, and it's going to tell me that I've been outbid. I'm not seeing here that it's telling me. I got one earlier today. Let me look at this one. Must have been quite a bit earlier because I'm not finding it here. Well, anyway, I'll get that notice telling me I've been outbid. I guess I didn't get outbid because I hadn't bid again on that one item. So we won't worry about that. So let's go back to this site. Oops, wrong one. It's this one. And there's that item, and we're winning right now. But in the last 2 minutes, you got to be ready to bid. So when you're not there live, you got to be online, and you got to be ready to go. Get hard at it bidding. They only have one lot at a time. This one will come up pretty early, and I think normally their auctions start at 6 at night. I actually think this one's going to start at 11 in the morning. So anyway, that's that item. We'll go back and look at, let's now go back to the list again. I think I'll get to the backhoe here pretty quickly, which is one that I really would like to win. To some extent, I'm actually looking at some the items. I never really look in detail at these things. Here's another parts organizer. I don't know why it's so expensive. Oh, it's got bolts, cotter pins, and things in it. So somebody already knew, because it's $35 compared to my $1.25. I had bid on this, and it does say I've been outbid this welder's table. I kind of like that welder's table. I am going to put a elevated bid. I'm going to put $20 for that. Mark, if you ever have any questions here, ask me. Anybody in the audience has got them. You guys know I've told you this before. My internet's not the fastest in the world. It's better now because we're on Starlink. I'm going to show you what I bought at this same auction that occurred last week. Wait a minute, that's weird. There it is. Confirm. So that should now, remember it's at 13, it should only go up to 14. No, I already got outbid. So I don't want to go on that yet. I'm not really excited about that amount. Here's that small parts organizer. We already looked at that one. I actually did buy a great shop vac last week, so I don't want another one now. So I'm bidding on this air compressor. I really want this air compressor. And that's a great price, $30. This guy, Yoakum, had a lot of stuff. Wonder why this one's so cheap. Let's look at this one. Because I'm going to probably bid on this one. Because look, it's 70 cents. So for some reason, either nobody's paying attention to this yet. Now I'm going to put a maximum bid of $10. So I don't want to have to pay attention to this, but I'm just kind of showing you too. It won't take me up to $10, but it could be because I don't have this. This guy, who knows how much this guy bid, and it could take me to 10 if this guy really likes it. I'm going to confirm it. Yeah, it took me up to 750. So this will probably go for too much, but right now I'll leave it here. As an economic person, auctions are things you should look at. It is everything here. I won't buy it unless it is way cheaper than what you pay if you bought it retail somewhere. And it's used, so you're always going to get something cheap. You're going to get cheaper anyway. I'm just trying to get back to where we were here. There's where I just bid. You know, if you were interested in a violin, a really nice one, that's not a very high price. Here's another ATV, $1,700, not a great price. Here's $1,000, not a great price. Here's a Cadillac Escalade SUV. That is an off the charts great price. I don't know that I want it. I didn't look at that one. Let's look at it real quick. I will sometimes buy stuff just because they're unbelievably good buys, and I'm just going to resell them. That is a beautiful car. It's in great shape. Wow, for an 02, it's a 21-year-old car. Look at the quality of these seats, everybody. That you don't see that other than it just obviously was sitting. Usually there's going to be some rips, just something way more wear and tear than what this is showing. Look how clean that engine is. Meadow Green is his farm, Yoakum. All right, so we're back to the first. Let's see what it says. It's got 196,000 miles. I'm not going to bid on it yet. I want to check and see just how much these are selling for. So that's the other thing. Well, let's do it. Let's go. We'll look at a 2002 Cadillac Escalade. Copy. Change tabs. Copy that in. I'm going to put for sale near me. I just want to see what they're going for around here. Whoa, that's not right. 98,000, there's no way. But here's one that looks like it's going to be 40, 49.99, 95. Come on, this is taking way too long. Edmunds is a great source. Oh no, well, that's an 04. These are all newer. But similar mileage, that's probably a reasonable, and they didn't change it much. It looks an awful lot like that from 02 to 04. Boy, my computer's slow today. Come on. And the fact that 2002 didn't show up here means there's probably not one for sale through Edmunds. My computer's just doing stupid things right now. It's not letting me get into that site, Edmunds, for some reason. Mark, do you know, is there, what would I do here? Does that mean, oh, there it went. I guess it just took a little time. $18 photos. Should think it would show me more. This is just going really slow right now. But it's clear, and that's in Wheat Ridge. That's really close to here. Okay, here we go. Here's the pictures. Come on. There's the front seat. Remember, when we looked at it, wasn't a lot different than that. This one does have an aftermarket. They did not have this kind of a radio, you know, a digital display, you know, in an 04. So that was added aftermarket. Come on. Anyway, $9 grand for that, similar mileage. It does look a lot like that, doesn't it, Mark? Those two aren't a whole lot different from 02 to, oh, yeah. All right, I'm gonna bid. I'm bid 2,900. So I'm gonna see if I'm high. Nope, I'm not. So somebody bid 3,000 already, and I bet it'll go up to 4 or 5. I'm not going to bid more than that because I don't really want it. I would only want it if I could know that I could sell it, and I don't know that I could sell it. I need to do some research on that first. So now we're going to go back. I want to make sure to show you one other last thing. Most auctions let you look at all the stuff you've already bid on. I'm going to go to that in just a minute. Oh, boy, my computer's just off the charts slow today. And it's going to show me here in a second the items I'm looking at. If it gets there right here, it's items I'm watching. And I'm going to click on view. And these are things that I not necessarily am all watching now, but so this is for Yoakum. It's coming up right here. I don't know why this one was that I did not click on this watch, but it's there. There's that parts unit that I said I don't want to go any higher. I think 110 is too high. That's the one that we were joking around with on the auctioneering. Here's that small parts organizer. So I'm still winning that. Here's an air compressor. I told you I like that. I'm winning that. Here's this other small parts. I'm winning that. And these are not necessarily ones that I bid on. They're just ones that I was watching. Whenever you bid, that means that you're watching too. I was interested in these solar lights. That's not much money. I will probably outbid it. Notice, here's the one thing I'm really looking for. This is the thing I want to win, this excavator. And it's worth about 25,000. I would buy that all day long at a dealership for 25,000. And I'm not even halfway there yet. I'm going to just show a couple pictures of it. Well maintained, diesel, 3,900 miles. That's not very many miles. I don't know why the picture's not showing up. It just takes a while to load, I guess. Mark, any questions or comments from anybody? Okay. So here's this backhoe, 3,900 hours. That's not very many pictures, by the way. They usually show a lot more pictures. I don't know why it's got just a tiny number of pictures. And for some reason, I thought there was a video. I guess they had a video of another one that's like it. Anyway, it's a great buy right now, and I've got to decide how much I will go up to, because this is the main thing that I'm interested in this auction. Man, my system's slow, Mark. Hurry up, take me back to the other side. Come on, hurry up. Might be faster to go over here, start all over on this proxy bid. I'm going to show you one other auction that I participate in also. I was a little bit interested in this Ford truck. That's also a great buy. I actually have a 350. It's a bigger version of this truck. Same year, same everything. And I had bid on it, $1,000 just to get in the bidding. I've already got one compressor that I'm winning on, so I'm not going to bid on this one quite yet, although $55 isn't that much. These weed eaters, I was kind of interested in this. I probably will go up on this. I'm leading on this catch-all, which has just got a whole bunch of stuff in it. This is a great price for this rolling toolbox, and I will at some point go higher on that. Matter of fact, I'm going to go higher on that right now. Oh, that's the weed eater. Oh, I'm winning this one. I don't know what my maximum is, but I'll go as high as, I'm going to see if I've already got this. Right now it says it was, what did it say? 19, I think. I'm going to go 35. That way I don't have to pay any attention to it for a while. Boy, this is not going very fast. Come on, get me out of this. I own 3 of these right now, so come on. So I was interested in this metal cabinet and the stuff that was in it. This is a portable air tank, and I'm leading on that one. And I'm leading on these metal shelves and contents, which looks to me like a whole bunch of stuff that was good that was on it. Here's another compressor. By the time the auction goes on, I bet these compressors go up, and I probably would go to 50 on these compressors. but I'm leading on one, so I don't want to take a risk and potentially end up with two of them. I don't need two, so I'm leading. I think I was leading on one back here, this one at 30, and it's not any different than that one that's already at 35. So let me show you a couple of things that I bought just last week and how cool they can be. This is so Mark, let's keep showing the screen. That's right. It's a microscope, and it could be used for soil analysis. So for looking at microbes in both water and soil. And it's not very high quality, but it's just fine. It's brand new. So I think I bought this for $11 at that auction that happened last week. There you can see the glare is kind of a little bit much, but there it is. Anyway, and then I bought a whole bunch of other stuff, but I bought a whole box of books and games. There's 5,000. These are mainly for my grandkids. 5,000 awesome things for kids. Bunch of little kids books. What's this one called? The Little Mermaid, which my grandkids would love. Dinosaur Time. And then these, again, they're brand new books. And I think I bought the whole bin full of them for $5. There's Lion King. There's Winnie the Pooh. All right, so all kind of, and then there's also his games in here. I mean, I have a whole bin of these back behind me. Let me quickly move the webcam and show you the bin. See that? That's full of books and games, and the bin itself is worth more than $5. And I bought that whole thing for $5. So put the camera back up. And I'm going to show you one other auction. So we're going to go to another screen here. Just because, again, this is going on live this weekend, and I almost always go to this auction when it's occurring live. But for whatever reason, it hasn't been going on for about a year. I bet it's been a year since they did this. I don't know why. I don't know why they stopped doing them for a while. They're a day-to-day, they are a livestock auction, so you would buy cattle and all those kinds of things at them. But this time they are so here's this one that's going on Saturday. It starts at 9. And here's stuff this is just lists of things that have been consigned. Most of the consigned means that these are people putting these things up to be sold. So there's a tractor, there's a combine, here's a bunch of little things. They're planters. It doesn't show pictures of a lot of these. This is in alphabetical order. So this is stuff that came from a consignor in Cheyenne. Guess it isn't totally alphabetical because here's our VATA that shows up. Here's a four-wheeler. Trucks. Grain bin. Tractor. Livestock sorting, mower, disc, trailer. There's a tractor with a loader, diesel tractor, horse trailer, semi, a bunch of other farm equipment. John Deere tractor, a Case tractor. So a little bit more than there was the last time I looked at this. All right, a couple more last things before we're done for the day is going to show you where we're at right now on our website. A couple of things we've done a little different. We have changed our logo for the Economic Action Team. And this is on one page of it. And Mark, I still could not get this to work when I put that code in. I got it to work when I did just the HTML and didn't do the CSS. Again, if you put the CSS in for whatever reason, it's cutting off the top of the page. So I'll do a preview of this whole page here once I go back to the first page. So I'm going to go back here. And go to our web page. By the way, it's a beautiful day here in Colorado, 70 something degrees. Wow. I mean, that's really warm for you for April, you know. Turn the camera just a little bit. Come on, everything's taking forever today. This is there it comes. Come on. While that's coming up, I'm going to go to another one. I think it'll come up a lot faster. So this week, as you know, we've been talking about AI and how I believe that AI is going to be essentially taking over the world, and it could be a real negative thing, could be a real positive thing. I had been using until just earlier this week ChatGPT, and which is OpenAI's. This is Bard, B-A-R-D. This is Google's open AI system. And this is a whole bunch of questions that I had asked about rainfall in this part of the world. Oh, look at this. Here's what's cool. And I don't think you can do this for ChatGPT because ChatGPT clearly says it doesn't have any data that's accurate that you can count on as being right prior to September of 2021. And Bard doesn't do that. Bard basically says it could be accurate right up till today. I was asking for a number of different sites that would be about advisory board types of sites. But look at this. This was done I don't remember what day I did this, but look at, I said, what are the 5, well, let's back up. Give me, what are 10 news headlines in Colorado today? And this is the 10 that it gave. And I know those are accurate because that particular day, I watched the news to see if that was really what they were. And here's the way you can just summarize them. First, I had said, how many people are members of EAT and where is its membership options? And it didn't get this right. It says over 10,000. Well, we have over 32,000, but really, and it talks about sustaining membership. So you got to watch because some things are right and some things are wrong. This is not accurate. And I asked when it was founded here in an earlier section. Said it was founded in 2014. Well, it's not accurate. So I went and said it was actually founded in June of 2016. What's it doing today? And it says some things, some of them accurate, some of them aren't. And I was trying to say, where is it that people are writing about economics? And that was very cool because I actually found at least 10 sites where there is articles and things about economics, which I didn't know existed. And you won't find them if you do a Google search for them. Let's go back again now to that one I was trying to get to come up, which I think was this one, wasn't it? No, it was here. No, where was it? Which was the one I was trying to get? And it was taking forever to come up. Oh, the new website. That was back this way. Where is it at, Mark? Must be one of these. Yeah, here it is. No, that's not it. It's not showing Kajabi right now. That's why. Which kind of means it may not. Why have we lost it? I don't know. I thought sure it was right over here somewhere, and it's not anywhere near here. Maybe it's that one. No, not one of those 3. Not that one. Not that one. Well, I guess I don't know where it is. I could pull it up again. Anyway, the reason I want to show this is because we're going to be making what would be called a pivot as it relates to what EAT is doing. What has EAT been really primarily doing since we started back in 2016? Mark, what is your opinion? What does it do as a business? Okay. And that's what I would hope it would do, but it hasn't done that. I apologize, Mark. I don't mean to make you sound like you don't. That's been our goal. Instead, to this point in time, it's been a one-way street. We have given back, and our speakers have given a lot back to the community of 32,000 people, but the community's done very little to interact with us. The vast majority of our membership does not come to live webinars. They don't even go to their site, which they have. And we're going to change that. We're going to, everything's just taking forever today, Mark. This should come up like this, that quick. And just sitting here spinning, and it's just, everything's taking way too long. This is, I know yours doesn't take that long for you. Look at that. It's just going forever. There we are, finally. I clicked on customize, but I don't really want to customize it. There's that new logo, everybody, which I really like. So our staff and people that help put it together. But anyway, we're going to pivot, and EAT is going to become more of an interactive state, to where the community is really interacting rather than just sitting out there and watching webinars, listening to them, getting engaged in a course every once in a while, and not doing much. Instead, we're going to pivot and make it a lot more like a lot of other entities that are in a niche, and this is clearly a niche. Our niche is helping people make money, making the planet better. That is our niche. And so who are the people that would make money making the planet better? They are entrepreneurs. They are business owners, or the people that work for those businesses that do things that make the planet better. And they hopefully make a little money doing that. And so our new website is going to be where it looks very different than the current one that Mark almost always starts our webinars with on the screen. And it's going to have two places where you can click and go one way or another here, which will take you to whether you want to be a member by being an advising person, you want to be helping companies make their planet better, their activities, and then you help them. Do you want to do that? Or do you have a company that needs this kind of help? So our people that are over here will help the businesses and people that are over here. Some people will be in both places. Some people will be those that are giving advice and consulting to other companies and people, but they also need advice and consulting themselves. So they would then, they would be members of both sides of this. And instead of charging like we have to this point for an elite membership or a pro membership and giving away free memberships, we're going to change to where we still give away free memberships. And for free memberships, you are still going to get all the things you get now. You're going to get to watch replays for some period of time after we do them, 30 or 40 of them at any given time for free. You're going to get a good taste of the things that we do, but you're going to get more than that, especially if you live over here. If you have a company that needs advice, and this is real important, and we'll mention it again, but for at least the next several months, we're going to have companies that can become members to be able to get advice from our, we'll call them eco-source members, the ones that have information and knowledge, the experts, the companies can be joining at what will be a lifetime membership for free. And we did that when we started EAT back in 2016. We went from June 16th when we started, June 6th, excuse me, when we started, up till sometime in October before we started to charge for anything. And we told people that if you become a member, you stay active, which means you go to at least some live events and or replays. And when you do that, you are going to keep your free membership, even though it's an elite membership that other people are going to pay up to more than $1,000 for. As we start this up, the companies that want to get advice, get consulting from the people that are going to be paying. And if you're already an elite member, you're going to get this free. You're going to be a part of both sides of this. You won't have to pay anything more. So that's one real benefit. And again, you won't keep that benefit unless you use it. We're not just going to give away and have people that are out there if they're not using that. So you're going to need to be contacting some of these people who are also giving advice and asking them to help you some way in your business. And for the most part, you're probably gonna have to pay for that, a little bit at least. So, so if we clicked on these, and I'm not gonna do it right now, it would take you to two different looking types of websites. And we've showed this, but we're close to being ready to go live with it. Oh, excuse me. Quite a different look than what we have now. Still does say a lot in what we do and how you get involved, but it's just a little different. So we are at the top of the hour. I'm going to first ask if there are any other questions out there. And I think we're going to be done for the day. So Mark, why don't you take us out? Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. And come to our webinar tomorrow. It's going to be very cool. Let's see.